Before we start this video, I would love to give a shout out to one of my friends and slash co-workers that we do videos on. I would love to give a shout out to Diablo. Diablo, this video would not be possible without your helpful eye towards these types of games and gems that need to be brought to the public and shown to people that there is still some actually good games that need some attention versus the shitty AAA games. Now, if you haven't heard of this game before, probably good reason why is because it's not promoted as much as like AAA games like Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff, and kind of like the Dark Souls series. The publisher and developer of this game is actually Perfect World and Gunfire Games. And I believe Gunfire Games, if I remember correctly, were the ones that worked on the Darksiders series, where I see a lot of influences from that game to put into here. And then some of the Dark Souls series where you would actually have a hub and an area to explore and upgrade your materials and stuff. I gotta admit that I do like that from the series. Like, they took all the good parts from the series and mashed it together. But to be completely honest, some of the difficulty that would be from the Dark Souls series smashed into there is definitely not there. But there is some difficulty to the series, at least. To Remnant, at least. Now, some of the things that really got me with this series, to be honest, is some of the bosses and some of the creatures can do certain things. For example, I was fighting against this dragon type enemy, the Singe. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name or anything. But during the fight, when I was attacking it and all that kind of stuff, and I was hiding behind walls, cars, and all that kind of stuff, this dragon comes flying through the fucking building pieces, destroying car parts with his fireballs. It just totally destroys my cover. And I'm surprised, like, what the shit? You know, usually when you play AAA games, they don't even bother to go the fucking extra mile, like Anthem. Some of there's like no destroying certain areas, even though the enemies are doing really powerful attacks that should destroy that area. Now, Remnant takes that and just accelerates it with the enemy bosses. Now, the traits and how the world design is and stuff, I fucking love it. I love how it's dark and gruesome. Sometimes you'll see some other NPCs, like either in a... What is it? I forgot the name of the aircraft, but he'll be just chilling in the aircraft, talking stories and stuff. Then you'll find some NPCs in the sewers and stuff that, you know, talk about the route and stuff, and how it's like talking to him and stuff. It's just like that. I like it, you know? It's not overkilling, it's not over anything. It's like, it's amazing. Especially the traits though too. I don't have everything for the traits and stuff, but I plan on to get every single last trait. But the traits that you can use and stuff, and you can mix it around with your stuff, it's absolutely amazing. I cannot applaud the team enough for making this game. Now, I did forget to mention that some of the gameplay in this game is actually pretty good. But some of the things that do irk the hell out of me is that the fact when I'm aiming down sights, if you're not careful, you're not watching when you're like aiming at a window or at an angle and something, there will be a red dot that comes to the side of the wall and it'll just screw up the whole thing. Sometimes your shots won't go, sometimes it will. It really depends on where you're aiming and stuff. It's kind of sad, to be honest. Though when I was watching streams and people were playing on consoles versus PC, a lot of them were complaining about the melee system, which I kind of understand. That doesn't make sense, where they kind of binded the melee with the shooting your weapons buttons, basically. I don't blame it, but for some odd reason, I find it more satisfying that way. Is it me, or am I just odd like that? And I did notice though too, Diablo was having some trouble with that when we were fighting some bosses and stuff. But another positive thing though to add to this discussion though is that out in the world you can actually just go around and try to find some stuff. So say like if you go up to a locker, there's like a sniper in there that you could actually have for your class, regardless of if it's like close quarters or whatever the hell it is, you know. It's pretty entertaining to know that you can actually go around this world, find things, get it, like a book that'll give you like extra perk levels, or finding more materials that you're gonna need for the next boss fight, or finding this big chest of crate filled with like scrap and iron. You kick the motherfucker and like all this stuff comes out. It's adventuring around sometimes in this game actually does reward you. Some of the times though I've been adventuring around the map, I didn't find anything and kind of felt like, you know, going out sometimes felt like I was wasting my time and not being rewarded. But I guess you don't need to be rewarded every single time you adventure around. It's just part of the journey. Also, since I'm listening to this again, I did forget to mention that some of the items that you do pick up from the bosses and stuff will drop, and they'll actually give you special things that you can do with the things, like make new melee weapons, new shotguns, snipers, assault rifles. It's pretty damn amazing. Like, the possibilities in this game is endless. Like, this is a good game that if you're looking game to stream, this would be a perfect game for you. So for my final thoughts of the game and stuff, for a $40 game, to be honest, I would rarely recommend this as far as with the series and stuff. I suggest you to pick up the game for $40 and stuff, and hopefully that they iron out these bugs and stuff. Oh fuck, this game would be a 9 out of 10 if they just iron out the bugs and then just fix the gunplay. Like, the gunplay isn't bad though, but just like I mentioned earlier, that when you're in cover and stuff, sometimes it will just not go. It will be kind of reciting off to the sides. Sometimes when you get afflicted with stuff, you'll, like the cough and stuff, sometimes I can say, like, shake it off sometimes, but it'll kind of just keep you there for way too long. And hopefully these things get fixed, because in all honesty, if they do, this game could be easily a 10 out of 10 versus an 8 out of 10. Because in this world, I love all the things that they're doing with it, and I hope this becomes a series where it becomes more valuable and they add on more things, do different things with it too. And just all frank, to be honest, they've got another fan. Thank you, Gunfire Games, for making another game that has pulled me into your universe and has just made me lost track of time. Not many very games these days can make me do that. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video and have yourself a pleasant week. Later!